What's going on, beautiful people? It is I, your flying locomotive, and faster than a speeding bullet SuperCliff, coming at you live with a brand new video. And for today's majestic and fantastic video, we are starting up a fresh new chapter in the realm of Marvel. For we are checking out PhillipKennedyJohnson's take on the IncredibleHulk, issue number 1. Before we dive into the horrors of everyone's favorite angry green rage monster, if you are new to the channel, then smash that like and subscribe button. That way you guys never miss out on anything that happens on this majestic channel. So what are you waiting for? Let's raise the bar and go full on Super Saiyan. Hit that subscribe button. Legit guys, it does a lot when you hit the like button. So yeah, please do. Thus, without further ado, let's get scary and dangerous with the IncredibleHulk, issue number 1. Our story begins like any Hulk comic should, in Iraq. Now this scene takes place a year ago, and it's here where we come across a group of grave robbers who are looking to make an easy buck. And what better way to do so than to rob the tomb belonging to whatever the hell this thing is. I mean, Christ on a bike. What the hell? So while the group are looking about, inspecting the skulls and the gross items that are to be found, seemingly the leader of the team named Trudy straight up gets possessed by the spirits of whatever the heck that is occupying this tomb. And straight up, her head spins around as if she's part of the Exorcist. And boom, she immediately becomes an evil freaking looking monster. And with murdering everyone in their group, the main thing that we take away is this: the green door is shut. That's right folks, PhillipKennedyJohnson is continuing the green door saga. Fast forward to the present, we pick up in some random diner in the state of Kentucky, where we see Bruce Banner picking up some sandwiches, which is making me kind of hungry, but I digress. Now, moments before paying, Bruce starts to freak out. And the reason for it is because he is seeing manifestations of the Hulk. And of course, the big guy is pissed off, which causes Bruce to run away. And so while he's running away through the woods, Hulk is taunting him, telling Bruce that he should have stayed away. Like, dude, you should have never played Smashernaut with me. Now I gotta teach you a lesson. You fucking up has consequences. Basically, the Hulk is preparing to take over. And the scene sort of plays out like when you're on the roller coaster. You're riding up that initial ramp. Let's admit, the feeling is tense, and that's what this feels like. Thus, we witness Bruce blacking out. If though it only feels like a second, it turns out that when he blacked out, he actually turned into the Hulk. For Bruce literally finds himself in a crater, and behind him are several police cars at a diner, or at least what's left of it. Essentially, the Hulk is angry towards Bruce with regards to locking him away within a mental landscape during Cates' run. Therefore, the Hulk's been making his life a living hell, and he destroyed a diner to get back at Bruce and to make him feel like shit, simply as a form of torture. However, as Bruce makes his way further into the woods in order to escape this crime scene, the demon possessing Trudy from the beginning is shown to be here in Kentucky with her followers. And it turns out that one of the demon powers is the ability to sense the green door, the sense of gamma. And so we see them following the Hulk's trail. And to get more creepy, one of the followers essentially sacrifices their human body to turn into a freakish looking monster. In other words, this monster savage thing is a forward scout. Now, while the IncredibleHulk is transforming into the Hulk, fighting off the pursuers in grim fashion, elsewhere nearby we check in with a girl named Charlene. Now, Charlene and her friend are attempting to fix her dad's car because Charlene's dad is an abusive drunk, and so obviously she wants to run away. But sadly, her dad finds out on what she's up to. Thus, we get ourselves a chase scene, folks, with Charlene decking it for the woods, where her dad then starts the car and zooms through across the highway. But because her dad is not all there, given that he's drunk, he crashes the car. Now here, Charlene wants to run away, but instead, she unleashes her hatred, her anger, and frustrations against her father. She beats the crap out of him, smashing his face over and over. Legit, folks, she would make Darth Sidious very proud. Afterwards, when she's satisfied, Charlene walks away and enters the woods. However, moments before leaving the woods, the hound monster creature from before has her in its sights, but also the beaten body of her father. Later on, a demon-possessed Trudy and her group come across Charlene's father, who is now the new host for the Monstrous Scout. And with having the ability to track the Hulk via Gamma, we see the evil baddies continuing down the Hulk's trail. Now check it. We're about to get some holy crap moments here, because it's here where we find out that Betty Ross is under the demon's influence in order to help track down Bruce Banner and to understand how to fight him. Sort of like, what makes him tick. And that's why Betty's there. Well, that's why they have Betty. In addition, the demon calls forth using horror magic the terrors of the earth. Basically every monster, whether it be the Mole Man's Moloids, ManThing, or Ghost Rider, everything that is like horror based, they're all being called forth to track down the Hulk. Somehow the Hulk is the key to unlocking the mother of horror from her prison, for the demon wants to usher in a new age of monsters. And with that, we see Charlene come face to face with the IncredibleHulk. And that, folks, was the end of the IncredibleHulk issue number 1. And thank you guys for checking out my video, as it truly, truly means the world to me. When it comes to up-and-coming writers, PhillipKennedyJohnson always comes to mind. His work on Action Comics is fantastic. He understands the character of Superman, while at the same time is expanding the lore, whether it's the Warworld saga or the current arc regarding Metallo. Basically, PKJ just knows how to hook an audience for the long run. And the same is said for this issue. For me, I love the Hulk. Hell, my bulldog, my English bulldog, is named Hulk. I love what AlEwing did with the character, and I was super excited to check out DonnyCates' series. Unfortunately though, aside from the artwork, I wasn't a fan of the whole Smash-or-Not story. You know, for me, it felt like I was reading the Warhammer rulebook or something. You know, there's just a lot to it, and instead of a story being told, it felt like we were reading directions. Now, another thing to point out is that pretty much the entire Marvel fandom was on board with the whole body horror Hulk take from Ewing's run. And though I wasn't angry or anything of such, I did find it odd that Cates straight up went into a whole new direction with Hulk. It felt like a little bendisy, you know, kind of ignore everything that happened prior just so you can, you know, do your own story. Like when you read DonnyCates' series, it feels like, oh man, you know, this is my time now to work on a character that I can just do it my own way. You know, let me do what I want and totally ignore everything else. But yeah, with that said, I love this issue. Totally dig the way PKJ is bringing back the Green Door concept, but also bringing back the horror elements that inspired the Hulk's creation. Remember, back in the day, in the 60s, the Hulk was essentially Marvel's allegory for Jekyll and Hyde. And plus, when you have talented people such as NicKlein, who worked on DonnyCates' Thor, and you have him here doing the artwork for this book, he has his way of making the look of the book really creepy and unsettling. But never are you forgetting the fact that you're reading a Hulk book. Everything just feels in sync. Everything about this issue feels like a continuation of AlEwing's run, but also a continuation that's heading into a new direction, with no doubt more lore to be read. So yeah, overall great stuff, and I'm so happy for PhillipKennedyJohnson and NicKlein to be crafting this book. So yeah, as always, I'm your majestic sayer over at SuperCliff, and if you guys are new to the channel, then do me a solid by smashing that like and subscribe button, and also the notification bell so that you'll never miss out on an upload, and so that you'll always be kept up to date with your favorite top-tier comics happening in the comic book world. Now tell me, what are your thoughts and opinions on this issue? Are you guys excited for issue number 2? Let me know down in the comment section below. And until the next video, peace. Giggity goo.